very new, right? And I do agree with that. And I knew people would feel that way. But I don't see the point of, even though he's pretty fresh around here, which he is, but he isn't, because we have wanted him involved from very, very early on. So like I've had him in my mind for things like for a long time.
Yeah, no, I get that. But at that time when you wanted him in the gang as well, though, he was part of another gang.
Yeah, no, I know, 100%. I get it. But if I know that I think he would do a good job, right, and other people think he would do a good job, I don't want to just not give him the role because all I'm thinking in my head is, oh, well, he hasn't been here very long. Because the reality is, it doesn't matter how long you've been here. If you're that, if you've got the ability to do that role, then you've got the ability to do that role. Like when I'm looking at that three, okay, for me, Taylor and John was the two people that was very obviously got the right head for like what I was looking for. And then Bones was a risk, right? Because Bones is somebody who I think is very level-headed and he's around later, which is a big reason why it was important for me to have someone like Bones, is because I want there to be someone a bit more passive who can be around at late times, who can answer for things and speak to people if they need to speak to like Manor on some like politicking shit or whatever, and seeing how he grows into that role. I do understand the qualms with Taylor and him being too soon, but the way I look at it is like, if I have a job application up, right, for a role, and someone comes along and they've been working at my company for 6 months, but they're just not quite the right fit for the role, or there's someone that started a week ago but they just got every single thing I'm looking for, then unfortunately time goes out the window. Because I could have lied to you all, right, and made it...
But that's looking at it in like a company point of view, bro. But this shit's a gang, bro. It don't work the same.
No, it doesn't. But it also, like, hierarchy wise, it does, because I've that shot caller role isn't like a... It's not a you have earned this shot caller role by working this hard. It's those are the people who I believe can do the job required. Like, it's a job. That is what it is. It is a responsibility.
Yeah, I'm not saying
job.
he can't do the job. I just think the guy's just joined the gang. He was in Anground and he's been a full member for like 2 weeks. I'm not saying he can't do the job. I just think the guy's been giving it way too soon.
But what is your, like, why do you think that, what's the problem with someone getting something sooner like that? Like, because, if you think he can do the job, why would I not just put him in the job that he can do?
Because it's still like, there's other people you got to think about, bro, who's been in this gang since day dot and been in this gang a long time, and someone just joins and then gets put in a role that's higher than them.
100%. But I can tell you with confidence, Terry, like, I have considered all of those people who have been around for a long time, and the sad reality is, like, not a lot of them display the right things that I need. Like, in your opinion, it's actually be interesting. Who do you think, obviously you think John's fine, so who do you think as the other two would be good? Like, who would you have been your pick, you know?
Me.
And who else?
I don't even know who else.
Just you and John.
Maybe. I mean, I have said in the past about James, yeah, that I'd never listened to James, but he's also grew on me a lot since I've said James. So
it's interesting that you say James, because James was probably, so out of the three that's there, James was the one that would have been most likely to replace, like, that could have replaced one in my mind, you know? Like, he could have been swapped out for one of the three. But I think a lot of people in the group have kind of shown me that they wouldn't listen to him. Like you said, right? You said you'd never listen to him, but
I said that a while ago, like...
Yeah, I know your opinion's changed.
He has grew on me a lot. James has.
A couple people have said that to me. I think it's just I didn't get to know that, because the last I heard from most people is that people just didn't really listen to him. But if that is a narrative that's changed, that definitely would have affected my decision. For sure. But like the thing is with them 3 roles as well, I made this very clear when we started the gang, like, I'm very open to trying things and I'm happy to fail. Like, if I put 3 people in command, right, and only one of them does anything decent and the other 2 are just failing miserably, like, I have no problem switching those 2 people out for someone that I think would be better. Like, I had a conversation with Steve when we was doing all the roles and like coming up with who we wanted in these positions, and I said to Steve, like, I genuinely think you as a gang member would function well in a role, but just the way you are and your inconsistencies make it just like I can't put you in a role like that. Like, if you could be the energy of Terry you are, right, but you was just consistently one mode and it wasn't going out and causing like what happened today and shit like that, like it's a different Terry.
But that's like the diversity in them roles, or like you'll have different people who do different things in them roles.
I can't have a shot caller that just doesn't listen to what's going on and goes and acts on their own part. That's just not how it works.
But that's a shot caller, bro. That's someone that calls shots.
No, that's someone that acts like they've been taking shots. More than anything. Bro, like, the thing is, the shot caller role is not like, who's a bad man. That's not what it is. It's people that are going to have to...
Who's a bad man, though? It's just like... It's someone that calls shots, isn't it? That's the name of the thing.
Yeah, but it is, don't take the name so literally. Like, the name isn't as literal as it is. It's those 3 people are the ones that have to deal with shit. Like, this morning, the whole Cyprus shit that kicked off, John had to call Cyprus, get the gun back, and then sorted, like, they folded. He sorted out the situation, right? That's what they're there to do. Like, if me and Steve aren't here, they have to deal with those types of scenarios. So I need people in that 3. Yeah, it's fine for me to have someone in the 3 that might be like, actually, I think we should escalate here rather than de-escalating. But I don't need someone in the 3 who's going to go, I think we should escalate. And the other 2 go, nah, let's de-escalate for now. And then because it didn't escalate, you then go, well, fuck this. They're pussies. I'm going to go do it anyway. Like, that just doesn't work. I
wouldn't do that, though.
But you've got to understand from my perspective, yeah? You telling me you won't do that, that's fine. And maybe you wouldn't. But all the things that's happened, like, since I've known you, don't show me that that is the case. Today included. Like, I can't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dre was telling you not to do it. Even you taking the moment to go, right, I'm not going to do it now. Let me go double check with someone to make sure if this actually is something I should do or not. Like, that is what would be the difference between shot caller or not. Because don't get me wrong, like, I'd love to give you, like, actually a bit more purpose and shit like that, but you just make it difficult for that to happen. Just a bit too erratic. Like, I could have a proper good conversation with you one day where you're seeing things from the right perspective, the way the man I should see things, and you've got that perfect balance of I'm ready to escalate when it needs it, but I'm also reasonable. And then another day you might just be irrational and be like, nah, fuck this. I don't need to think about this scenario. I'm just full sending it.
Yeah, it just, when I heard that off Dre, it kind of pissed me off about the shot calling shit, and then he told me about the Cyprus shit, so I just thought, fuck this, I'm just gonna go rob one of them.
He's such a bullshitter.
So it was like,
is the frustration because it wasn't you, or because you didn't think the people in the row were the right people?
Both. I thought maybe the reason I've not been picked, Jay, is probably because I fucking shot a member in the past and this and that.
Yeah, I mean, you're not stupid, right? Like, you know there's things that would have to change if you were that person.
Yeah.
But like, you know how you're saying there's people who's been around longer and like they got like overseen by Taylor or whatever? That's more where the OGs thing comes into it. Like, shot callers is people put in place because I believe they can do a specific job. OGs is people within the group who have earned their status and respect through being around for a long time, not being a shit criminal, like actually fucking active as fuck, and one of the people that it's like when you think of manor, they're the names you think of, you know? Like, that's what the OGs is there for. It's more of a... That's like the premium fucking
But wouldn't an
long-term
if
member
someone was an
thing.
OG, wouldn't they have more of a say than a shot caller because they're an OG?
Nah, it would be the other way around. But it's like, it also depends on the scenario, because it's not really like, let's say for example there's a situation that kicks off, right, and there's one shot caller around. It would make sense for that shot caller to go to OGs and have a group conversation about the scenario. Like, the OGs are more inclined to be involved in those conversations because they're valued and like their opinions respected high and shit. I know it's a bit confusing right now, but like, in theory, that's how it should work. It's like, because OG isn't a command role, it's more like a status of like, I don't really know what to do in this scenario. Let me hit up some of the OGs because they're experienced. They've got experience in this shit, you know?
Yeah.
I hear you though. Like, it's fine to be like, people. Sometimes people don't like change. That's fine. And you might not think that those three are right for the job. You might think what you think of Bones with the role, and that might get proved to be right. But you got to give it like a little bit of time to see how it goes with those people. And if it's not working, it'll be subject to change. And I think when it comes down to a situation where someone in that role needs to change, the way that I'll do it differently is I think I will go around to everyone within the group, and if someone's getting swapped out for somebody else, I'll make sure that that's a person that's been mentioned by the bulk of the group. I think that's important.
Did other people say like Bones and Taylor and John, or was it just like you
So
and Steve?
the majority of the people that I spoke to was on board with John, on board with... So a lot of people had the same opinion as you. They was like, I do think Taylor could do the job really well, and I think that's a good choice, but I just think it's too soon. And Bones was kind of mixed. Some people were saying they think that's a good choice, and then some people were like, I don't, like, it's a bit of a surprise one, but we'll see how he gets on, you know? I think the way you're feeling about Taylor isn't alien, though. Like, there's other people within the group that feel the same way, and that was to be expected. Like, I'm not annoyed at anyone feeling like that, because I get it. I do get it. And if I put myself in Mandem 5 years ago, and someone new joined the gang and got a rank before me, like, I could see why people would feel that way. But I just needed the right person for the job. That's who I felt like it would be, and we'll see if it works or not.
I've got no doubt that it's not going to work like it's going to work with Taylor because he's done it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that he's just got it so early on. It's just annoying.
I get you, bro. I personally, if I'm being completely transparent with you, right, I would say the most likely thing that I see happening long term, and this just stays between me and you, is John doing well with it, Taylor doing well with it, Bones doesn't necessarily take to the role as well as I'd hoped, and then swapping him out for someone who is... If most of the people are of the same opinion as you, I could see James ending up with that spot eventually.
Yeah. So does that. I don't know. I've just been a bit fed up as well. I feel like, I know we're on the rebuild, but I feel like we've been a bit too passive with certain shit. Like yesterday, I took a gun off some random guy, and then James has said I'll just give him the 20k when he didn't even need to. Just some random civilian who's give a gang member a gun, so I just said, I'm keeping it. James
what
has then
actually
paid
happened?
him.
You tried to rob him, and then James
I
paid
didn't even
you.
rob him. I said to the guy, "Let me hold this gun. Like, let me hold it. Let me test the weight on it." Guys, just give me his gun, and then when he's asked for it back, I've just basically said like, I just acted stupid, like I didn't have it. And James has just ended up paying him the 20k, and then obviously spoke to you, and then you've given him 20k out the gang fund, and then you've asked me for 20k or a gun, so I'll just give you the gun because I literally just had it for free, but now I've got to pay for it.
I honestly
Then,
think
like,
the passive thing like was because we needed guns. So like, to be honest, he could have just licked it off him, I guess. But it would have been a
it's just
personal.
one random civilian who we've never even heard of before called Cedric or something.
Yeah, but the thing is, that is more than one civilian gun though. If you get if you get a long-term civilian locked in, they can give you guns. I think it's weekly or something like that. I don't know how often it is. But I hear like the passive thing. I hear like that's not. I'll be honest. I think we're probably. I mean, if this Cyprus shit, if they actually do something, like this is the end of that passive phase. Like we'll be going into war. We'll be back on our original stuff. It was just like it's just one of them. Like we came out the besties war, right? Didn't go to plan. We'd had a Hydra war before that, and then there's no secret. The gang's also not been super active in between that time period, so it's been a bit slower to build back to where we need to be. Like we've not had 20 people around daily the way we did before. So I hear you. I get why you'd feel like that because it's been slow. But I will be honest, that passive shit's kind of final stages. Especially if we end up going to war with Cyprus now, and they get slapped and we take a bunch of guns off them, then definitely out of the passive phase.
That's it, really. I was a bit fed up. I was just saying to Jay that I feel like leaving the gang and shit.
Over what?
Was just pissed off. It's like what's just happened then, and then over like the recent decisions with them, like the shot callers and that. It feels like all I've done is just for fuck all. Just remember when a guy's 2 weeks into the gang and he's already got something what I've not.
Do you genuinely think you deserve shot caller though? Like honestly, like with how you are, and it's not even that you don't like you deserve it, but do you think you would fit that role? Honestly, like be completely honest with yourself and me. Do you think you could do that role, the Terry that I'm got next to me right now?
I think I could, yeah. But I do get why I've not as well. But my reasoning why I think I've not is because I've obviously shot my own members in the past and that. And yeah, I'm a bit aggressive and this and that on the streets, but that's just like I'd be an aggressive shot caller, you know what I mean? That's why you have different, like you've got someone like Bones, but anyone else who's just a bit more passive as well.
I think you are more than just aggressive sometimes. It's aggressive, and then I wouldn't even say it's aggressive though. Like sometimes you just you die on a hill and you cause yourself unnecessary problems. Like if you was to like you being a shot caller, right? Just to be honest, would mean that the way you are right now would like change quite heavily. So it's you'd have to.
So like if I was to be put in that sort of role, though, do you not think I'd just mature in that role anyway, though?
With everything I've seen from the start till now, like it's hard for me to see that, and you have to kind of play devil's advocate and see from my angle that like there's been a lot of times where, because a lot you can say, right, if I get the role, then I would change. But to earn the role, I'd have to see you almost become the role before you've got it, you know? Like that's a big reason why John got it, because I felt like John kind of already acted like one and people would go to him on certain shit. So it made sense. But like I couldn't, if I just put 3 people in that role and took a gamble that they'd all eventually mature into it, it could go horribly wrong.
But what about like Bones? Did you see him? Like, did you see him? Obviously, you must have thought about Bones and thought like, I see high command in him.
It was consistency is what I saw in Bones. Is that's the biggest thing that got it for him, like in his opinion and his mentality on things. Like I know that on if a situation kicks off and he thinks he should do this, it will be the same every day. His like opinion won't change, and he's rational, which is like another big thing. Like consistency is one of the most important things for that role. Like I need, every time something pops off, they look at it from the same outlook, and it's not like, oh well, I'm angry at the moment, so I want to do it this way, or I'm kind of chilling right now, so actually I want to do it this way. It would have to be the same throughout. Like he's consistent.
And what about Taylor? Like in them 2 weeks, or however long it's been, and has he proved enough that he can be a high command role?
He was